Our VFL boys copped their first loss in heartbreaking fashion today. Let's talk about it. So before we talk about it, don't forget, buy some merch, hats, t-shirts. We've got bucket hats coming as well. Best way to support the channel, grab a membership. It would be much appreciated. If you aren't subscribed and you're watching my video, like my content, hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 15K. That's the goal that I want to hit before the season ends. But let's talk about the VFL game. Now, the Pies took on the Lions in what was pretty much a seesawing game all the way through. Collingwood got out to about a 30 or close to a 30-point lead in the second quarter before the Lions started tipping it back before half time. And it was just a really, really close game. And at the start, I said it was heartbreaking fashion how we lost, because we lost with a kick after the siren, and it was a point after the siren, but still a kick after the siren. And it's our first loss of the VFL season. But what I'd love to see is, last year, our VFL team was decimated because the AFL team were taking out players and they weren't getting consistency, like there wasn't any consistency in the AFL men's side. So that's why we were losing games. We just couldn't get our run going. We started this year off with 2 wins, a couple of byes, of course, and this very close, heartbreaking loss to the Lions. Now, in the last quarter, it was just absolutely goal for goal. We'd kick one, we'd get out in front. They'd kick one, they'd get out in front. At one point, we were 2 kicks in front, so 7 points. And then Jacob Ryan gives away a free kick with a few minutes left, and Brisbane kick a point. And then we try and take it out of our defense, and the Lions are just there when they just outnumbered us. They get a quick kick in, and Fergus McFadden, who kicked 5 goals for the game, was lining up from about 45 meters, and he kicks the point to win them the match. Now, although it was disappointing, it's always disappointing to lose, especially losing like that. Some of the AFL boys really stood up. I thought Ed Allen had a really good day in the midfield. Finn McRae did okay, not huge, but he did okay. Who else? TJ. TJ did phenomenal. Like, I love TJ, and he's just going to different places this year. Charlie West kicks 2 goals, but who I was really not surprised about, but who had a fantastic game was Will Hayes. Now, we love Will Hayes, right? We absolutely love him. He kicked 3 goals today. And he's quick, he's smart. I reckon he's going to take over Jamie Elliott. When Jamie Elliott is done, Will Hayes is going to work in tandem with Bobby Hill, and it's going to be absolutely incredible to see. But Will Hayes, what I love about him is his willingness to learn, and you even see that a lot through training. But then he gets to learn from a Bo, from a Jamie, from Bobby Hill, from Lockie Shield. So he's got all of these great players around him where he's learning from. And to kick 3 goals in a game like today, where it was just hot, it was humid, it was in Brisbane as well. Just phenomenal. Charlie West's 2 goals takes his tally up to 8 for the season so far, I think, after his 5-goal haul the other week. Of the VFL list of players, Riley Mason did well. The Mahoney brothers did well. Josh Brown, of course, and we know Brownie from that Gold Coast sim game where everyone was like, who's that player? Like, what? He's so fantastic. So even the VFL boys are really good, and we're building a really strong core of good, really good players. Riley Mason kicked 2 goals. And they're just looking like a well-oiled machine. I know it's a long season, but I'm loving what I'm seeing from this team. So the biggest thing for me is who comes in next week, who goes out next week, from this VFL side. And, we go through yesterday's game against Brisbane, the AFL boys, unscathed, right? So no one's injured. We've got a clean bill of health, which is incredible. Lockie Shield still has to come in. Tim Membry still has to come in. Dan Houston has to come in. That's at least 3 changes that you're making. Now, Ed Allen, I think he gets dropped. Played 1 quarter yesterday, and then he plays a full game in the VFL. So that's 5 quarters in 24 hours of football. So I think he'll get dropped. Does anyone come up from the VFL at the moment? I don't think so. If there is one player that I want to see come up, let's say Tim Membry they want to manage him for another week. I would love to see Charlie West get his go. Imagine Charlie West on the big stage. I think he's 194 centimeters, so taller than Tim Membry, but I think he could be not not like what Logan Morris has done, but you remember when Logan Morris from the Lions came onto the scene last season, and he just kind of turned their game on its head, and he really built into that position. I think Charlie West could be that guy, and we do really have to start rewarding these VFL players. I think Will Hayes, not at the moment. He needs to string a couple of good games together, but someone like Charlie West, two goals, 11 disposals, 7 marks. Like the only thing that you probably add to his game is tackles and pressure. No tackles today, and his pressure index was low. So that's probably the only thing that I would add to his game. But other than that, I dare say that there's a debut for Charlie West coming really, really, really soon. But look, a disappointing way to lose, but very, very, very positive signs. Did you watch the game? Let me know down below. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shackers, I'll swoop you later.